Well, thanks for tuning in to another edition of Brothers Fine Tobacco Review, late night edition. Actually, I'm here on my back porch on this fine Sunday night, and today I'm going to be doing a Cuban reject. These are exclusive to P&K. They're actually done by the Ventura Cigar Company. These are Nicaraguan Puros, and here it just comes with a simple, cheap, plain cellophane. You can see there's no banding here. So these are just kind of, your kind of cheap everyday cigars. This label says P&K Cuban Rejects Fino Churchill. So I'm not sure if they're trying to say Fino as in like fine, or if they're just referencing this Connecticut wrapper here. I would bet and say that this is an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, even though I know all the other Cuban rejects are Nicaraguan Puros, which means that they're all Nicaraguans. So I'm not sure, but this wrapper here is pretty light. You can see it's rolled there in that Cuban sandwich style. It's got those dips and valleys. This is a hand rolled. It's kind of a quick hand roll, as you can see, though. It's got some pretty good sized veins in there. I actually really like the Cuban rejects. This is my first time actually going to be smoking one of their Connecticut wrappers, though. This draw is exceptionally tight. These cigars go for anywhere between $2 to $4, just kind of depending on the size. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to work this one out just a little bit, just because the wrap feels really tight. The draw is extremely tight as well. As far as the construction goes, it looks like it's constructed pretty well, even though it looks like they use not the finest leaf for this wrapper. Let's see. As far as flavors go, I would say it's pretty green. Yeah, I guess I would say it's got some fresh green leaves to it. Probably a little bit of a kind of like a broken branch taste in there too. It's got some really nice creaminess to it as well. So I'm gonna light this one up. This cigar lit really easily. The tobacco almost seems like it was a little dried out. Although here I'm squeezing it in my hand, it's got some nice pliability to it. It's very much not dry in the hands, but when I went to light it, I got it just nice and easy with one match. So I don't know if it's just coincidence, or it just seemed like it lit really well, really fast. Anyway, just something I noticed. There's a really nice creamy sweetness on this cigar. It's very light tasted. I would say there's almost kind of like some real light pine wood, some kind of real light wood tones in there. It's kind of got like this sweet half and half kind of flowery creaminess in there too. Really light cigar. You can see my burn right there. It's burning a little quicker already than kind of what I expected. Yeah, it's almost got like this real chewiness to it as well. So I'm liking this one so far. You know the drill. I'll be right back in one sec with this last third, and kind of got high expectations for this thing all of a sudden. I'm not expecting it to be a $30 Opus X or anything, but for these first tastes, and just the light I got in it, I'm expecting good things. So I'm here through the first third of this here P&K Cuban Reject, this Churchill. Overall, it's got some really nice kind of like smoky wood qualities. I know that seems kind of silly since it's actually burning, so you're actually technically getting in smoke. But in this case, it's almost more like a smoky barbecue are the flavors that are really coming out of here. It's got some like kind of real like red meat flavors to it as well. That sweetness, that kind of flowery sweetness was definitely in here. Here through the first third, it's kind of dying out right now. It's turning more towards like just real kind of like general wood tones right now. I would still say that creaminess is in there. That sweet cream that rises to the top. It really just makes me think of like a creamy cappuccino. where it's got just a little bit of coffiness to it, and then just those sweet tones. So I'm really excited for this cigar. It actually turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Here's the burn right here. And you can see that burn's not bad at all, especially in these windy conditions. This ash actually hung on for about 2 inches here in the wind as well before it finally just fell off on its own. The draw is still pretty tight. The draw's still pretty tight, but the smoke production has been excellent. It hasn't been difficult at all to keep this one going. So I'm really excited to see where this one's going to go. I feel like, for $4, I'm already getting more than what my money's worth is. So I'll be right back in one sec. So I'm through the second third of this Cuban reject. Here through the second third, it's really just kind of turned to like some pine wood, some ash wood, maybe a little oak wood. It's kind of oaky, woody, just kind of blend happening in there. The ash is hanging on really well. I was going ahead and tap it since it's pretty windy out here, and I just don't want it to end up all over my lap. But there's the burn right there. This is probably the worst that the burn has been. The smoke production has just been excellent. The draw has gotten a little looser. It's still pretty firm, but the smoke production is excellent. Like I said, I feel like it's going to turn pretty dark here, and I feel like the last third is just going to be nothing but charcoal. It started out real light and sweet, and here it's lost that creaminess. It's really just turned into kind of smoky wood tones. They're not bad flavors right now, but I taste it kind of going dark, like it's just going to turn into some dark charcoal. The flavors are still good though. So yeah, I'm going to be here in the last third and be right back in one sec. So I am done with this here Cuban Reject Connecticut. You can see the burn has gone pretty crooked right here. It's starting to canoe, but it's here towards the end, so I won't necessarily count it against it. Here towards the end, it did just kind of turn into those toasted wood tones. It didn't get really charcoaly. It is kind of starting to get there, but I've really only got maybe an inch left on this. The draw did finally loosen up, and of course the smoke production is excellent like it's been. If you really stop and think about it, it's got some real light coffee tones happening in it now. So I will say it kind of held here into the second and last third. It kind of held some of those light creamy tones. They're very, very faint. I would say I mostly tasted them here kind of towards the end. Not so much in the second and third. But like I said, if you really think about it, they're definitely there. Just faint. I kind of wish they were more predominant. So overall, this has been a very good smoke. I would say, like I said, these go for about $3-4, and you're definitely gonna get your money's worth. To be honest, I really haven't had anything bad by the Ventura Cigar Company yet. I carry quite a few of their cigars. I carry their Project 805s. I carry their Psycho 7s. I carry the late Estilo Cubanos. I do carry the Cuban Rejects, the Cuban Rounds, and they're all just really good cigars for the money. Their Psycho 7 is definitely their higher end cigar, but even that goes for $7-8, and that's also a fantastic cigar. So if you're not there already, brothersfindtobacco.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please leave a comment. If you got any cigar questions, please put them in there. We'll do them on our next Q&A session. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Well, thanks to